Hello, and I am so happy that you're here. I'm Rebecca Thompson Hitt, and I am, getting started with Back to Birth, this Back to Birth challenge. And I have been playing with the idea of birth imprints now for about 15 years, learning about myself, learning from the families that I've worked with small children, with babies, with toddlers. Um, and let's see, it's giving me error messages. So you may get a lower quality stream, but hopefully it's good enough that you can actually watch it later. Um, so I'm going to keep going. Just keep going. So, Back to Birth is a project that I am beginning looking at really what kept happening in my sessions with my clients is that we would get started and then we would end up inevitably back at birth. I would end up asking questions. Well, what happened when you were born? What happened around this time? What do you know? And and as we started exploring that, we would often get answers to why people were stuck that we couldn't work on in present time. We were working on them, approaching it the best way we could, but we kept ending up back at birth. And so I've started doing workshops, I've started doing all kinds of events, retreats, lots of different ways of exploring this. I'm doing currently a year-long relationship SOAR school, SOAR, SOAR, which is looking at the relationship with the body, which will be opening again in June if you want to jump in. We've got lots and lots of different ways of exploring our birth imprints. And I've been doing a lot more with adults as I have deepened my own understanding of my own birth imprints. It's been really interesting to see more ways that my birth is impacting me. And when I can see how it's impacting me, then I have some choice. I can recognize, hi, Jen. Glad you're here. I can recognize how my birth is showing up and I can do something different. And so I've really been playing with this. And Jen Girardi and I have been doing the SOAR School. And Jen has some other things coming up that we'll be sharing with you as well, beginning of June, if you want to look at how birth imprints intersect. We've got all kinds of great things coming up. But this week is about exploring how your birth shows up in your life. Or if you're here for a child, how their birth is showing up in their life in present time, right now. And this is a game changer when we can start to see the ways that birth, which is something that happened to all of us when we came into the world, how that imprints on our nervous system. Okay, so that means that there are patterns that we repeat over and over and over again that began when we came into the world. And it's how we view everything. And so when we can start to see it, we have choice. So I wanted to give you, today is just a short call. I wanted to give you an overview of what we're going to be doing this week, what you can expect, um, and and how to participate. So so this week, each day is going to have a theme, and I'm going to be sharing a video about the sequence of birth. And it's with a doll and a pelvis so that you can actually see, and it doesn't correlate with the stages. Good morning, Sophia. It does not correlate with the stages of labor. If you're familiar with, this is when the baby drops, and this is when you're at 10 centimeters, and now you're in transition from 8 to 10 centimeters. It doesn't correlate with that. It's the experience of the baby. And you were a baby once. So your experience, or it's your child's experience, if you're looking at another person. So I'm going to be sharing a video about the sequence of birth so that you can get a sense of what I'm talking about. And then each day we're going to take uh, a, a, a part of the sequence. So I'm gonna go over them super briefly here in a minute. Each day we're going to take a part of the sequence and we're going to explore it and see how it might be showing up for you. Now, really cool is that we're doing this over a week. And so that gives us enough time to observe, to notice at as we're coming into this experience. So we're using this as the vehicle to notice. And then I'm going to give you other ways that you can look and see. How things might be showing up. And I'll be talking about birth and the different sequences, the different places in when you are born, interruptions that may happen for you. And then I want you to share, what are you noticing? And that can all be done, either on the live calls in response to the videos, or we're going to put prompts up for you to give you some ideas of what might be showing up and noticing. And as people share, this is the great part, as people share, then you might notice something else, or you might notice that you do something totally different there. And that's part of the beauty of this process, is just it's the discovery. I don't know exactly what your experience was. I might have information that I can share that might help you understand a little bit more. And if you really are excited about this, then we've got some more opportunities for you to deepen if you feel called to do so. So that's where we are. So I want to go over quickly what to expect this week. And the sequence of birth is the preparation, the beginning, the middle, the end, and rest and integration. So today we're doing an overview, which is actually part of preparation. And tomorrow, Monday, I'm going to do another live video and I'm going to post the times. I'm going to be doing different times to try to get different people on. And I want to make sure that I can get Jen Girardi on with me so that we can that you can meet her as well. And she's got a wealth of experience with all of this as well. So we're going to do we're going to do videos at different times so that hopefully you can join us live and ask questions, interact with us. And so that's what we're going to be doing. So Monday is preparation. We're going to talk about the preparation that happens as a part of birth, and then also what might be showing up for you in preparation. As you're preparing for this week, what comes up? What does it feel like in your body? So a lot of this is noticing, being curious. How does it feel? How did you feel when you saw that this was starting? How did you feel? And it might have been like, oh my gosh, cool, something new. Or it might be like, oh, I don't know, it's something new. So just noticing that. So we're going to explore preparation tomorrow. And then Tuesday, we're going to talk about the beginning in the sequence of birth, what happens when we're born, and things that could be interrupted in that process. And then what may be happening now when you are beginning something. Wednesday, we're going to look at the middle. It's Wednesday. It's hump day. So I think it's appropriate that it's happening on Wednesday. Wednesday is the middle. So we'll be doing the same thing. What kinds of things happen in birth where there are interruptions in what we expect in our bodies is going to happen in the middle. And when it's different, that creates an imprint. So we're going to be talking about some of the vocabulary too, just so you can orient. Thursday is the end. What happens at the end? What do we biologically expect to happen at the end? And what are the interruptions that often happen at the end? And then how does that show up now? Friday, rest and integration. Again, what's our biological expectation? What do we expect to happen at the end? And the rest and integration when it is over, we have been born. What happens? What are the interruptions that happen frequently? And then what do you notice about yourself? And then Saturday is going to be a sharing day. So, I'll invite you to share comments. I'll interact with questions, and questions are welcome all throughout. If you have a question about something, write in the chat, write in, we'll do posts and invite your questions. Um, right in response to the video, all of that is good. I will find it. Jen will find it. We will be here with you. Um, and I really want to make sure that there are concrete examples of what I'm talking about. So I'm going to be sharing concrete examples, and I'm going to be asking you to share yours as well. So that's the overview. That's what this week will look like. And yeah, so what I would like to do uh, is talk a little bit about. I'm going to be giving you a video about the sequence of birth. I'm going to be posting it in here. Maybe it's 2 videos. I can't remember. I've already done them. I am in another location. I was planning to be back home in Mexico today, so I did not bring my doll and pelvis with me because I thought that I would be I thought I would be back home, but I am not. So I'm going to share a video that I've already done with you, and I think it's 2. And yeah, and then I'm also going to give you access to an intake form that I use for workshops that you can track what you already know about your birth and about when you're beginning something, when you're in the middle of something, what you notice, because it helps to give a framework for you to begin the process. So I invite you to fill out the form. You don't have to. You can just look at the questions, but I invite you to fill it out and just notice what happens for you. And then tomorrow, I'm also going to be talking about if you are worried or if you are wanting to look at your own birth, how can you talk to your mother, parent, other relatives about it? And not everyone will want to do that. Not everyone can do that. But if you want to, how do you do that? And then if you're here as the parent, how can you look at what's happening for your child's birth? Because you had your own experience and your child's experience may have been very different. And so we're going to look a little bit at that as well. So that's tomorrow. I think that's it. Oh, yes, no, one more thing. Invite friends. If you have friends that you think would be really interested in this, would like to engage in this with us, please invite them. We want to bring in more people who get to experience this work, to get to understand themselves on a deeper level, or someone that they love on a deeper level. So I think there's a way that you can just click invite. If you can't, or if it's not obvious, let me know and I will help you find that so you can invite friends. I am going to be offering. I haven't decided exactly what it is yet. I have a couple of ideas. I'm maybe like a free small group, or a yeah, probably. I'm kind of leaning towards that, with people who invite other people to come. And so if you invite people and they come, just have them say, "Hey, Sophia invited me." And I want to make sure that I do something special for those of you who are inviting others to come. So do that, invite people, and I'm paying attention. Message me, "Hey, I just invited these people. Let me know." And I'm going to put everybody who is inviting people into a raffle, and I'm going to pull probably 4 people, and we'll do a special little group for you. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think that feels good. So, and that'd be a nice opportunity to connect a little bit and to actually have a little powwow about it, and share what you're noticing. So that is all I have for today. So I'll be back tomorrow And again, you'll get to meet Jen Girardi at some point this week. I'm going to coordinate with her on the call times. I don't have them set yet, so I will be putting them all up later today. So you can see when all of the live calls are. And if you can join us, please join us. If not, set a reminder for yourself to come back into the group later. The calls are not meant to be long, 15, 20 minutes. I want to make it doable, but I also want to be able to give you enough information that you can run with it and explore. So thank you for being here. And thank you for watching. If you watched later, let me know your questions, and I look forward to being with you this week. Thank you so much.